So imagine you got scammed on your very first day in New York. Now what should you do? Call the police? Cry? Yes, I did that crying part. But what next? Well, I went to hide from the world mode. Before I tell you more about this mode, let me tell you. If something like this happens to you, do reach out to the police and talk to your parents. Don't be like me, okay? Now here is what I did. If you saw my last video, you can tell from my voice that how much frightened I was and how easily I was giving him the money when he asked. In the right mind, who does that, right? Well, I was not in my right mind. Why? Well, let me tell you the reason why I started recording before I even asked him the fare. When he stopped the car 2 blocks away from the motel, I tried to open the door to take my luggage out and at the very end do the transaction. Because in Asian countries, this is what I saw and did in my whole life. But when I tried to open the door, I was not able to operate it. Now, before you give a comment like this, give me some time to explain. Remember, when I wanted to go to the left side to enter the car and he said to use the right one, why that? Well, I have an explanation. He did that because the left door had already a child lock on, and when I entered the car, he put the child lock on the right side too. If you don't know what a child lock is, it's a lock that prevents the passengers from opening the doors from inside. So going out wasn't an option. When I realized that I can't open the door, I quickly reached out to my camera and started recording. And rest, you guys know if you watched the previous video. At that time in the car, I was thinking he can't ask for this kind of money without any plan B. I gave him the money because I didn't want to face his probably plan B. I just wanted to escape that situation, and it's a bad idea to play hero always. Now, let's talk about my reaction after that trauma. Once again, don't be like me. So after I went to my motel and cried a bit, I decided that I will not tell anyone about this incident. I just didn't want anyone to know about this matter, not even my mom. I know how much she trusts me, and the first thing I did after coming to the US is giving $1,300 to a scammer. What will she think about me? What will my friends think? And finally, how will you guys judge me? These questions were hovering around my head. So I decided not to take any action and keep this within me. Also, I tried to do acting. Yes, acting. Actually, after the scam, I wanted to not show that scamming part and wanted to start afterward. So I started to give my room tour. By the way, the room I got there is very cool. And I only paid $60 for each night. Just have a look. It has a microwave, a stove, some cabinets, a dishwasher, and a fridge. By the way, it's 7:33, but the sun is still out. So this is the bathroom. It's really good. Look, I have an iron. Wow. So now what? I started to think if I know someone in this city or not, and suddenly I realized that I know a person. Actually, we started to play some online video games and became good game buddies. But the thing is, I never saw his face. I only know his voice. Just look at his Facebook profile, looking like a fake ID, right? But no, it isn't. Also, whenever I tried to do a video call with him, he rejects the call. Even now. Ucho, why this kind of privacy, man? So I text him that I'm in New York and does he want to meet me or not, and he showed up within an hour. First, I didn't recognize him, but after hearing his voice, I recognized. And no, I didn't tell him about the scam and acted normally. Next, he took me to explore Times Square, and trust me, it is a wholesome moment for me. All my life, I saw this place only on videos and wondered how it will feel to walk here. And now, I am here. Even in Corona, Times Square is Times Square, always filled up with people. So this is my friend Ucho. Say hi to them.
Hi guys,
So where are we going?
we're looking for AT&T shop.
We hovered around the place a bit, but it was too late to buy a SIM card because all of the SIM card stores were closed early because of the COVID. Anyway, I found it interesting that in the US, stores turn on their lights on all night, even after they are closed. And I guess this is why places like Times Square never sleep. See that? This is that iconic Apple store, and this is the Trump Tower. There is a Gucci store next to it. After walking a bit, we went to a dollar pizza store. Yes, dollar pizza, where every pizza slice costs $1. The place was crowded with all kinds of people, all in the same line waiting for the same dollar pizza. It's something that everyone can rely on at any time of their life, whatever the situation is, and it tastes just wow. If you ever come to New York, you must try this, okay? So next we went to 7-Eleven to buy some snacks, and everything there is very overpriced. But you can't blame them. The thing is, Times Square is one of the most expensive areas in the world. To maintain their rent, they don't have the option to sell goods at regular prices. And this is the reason why there is no Walmart in Times Square. So I didn't buy anything from there and went back to the motel. Just woke up and it's 6:25 right now. It's getting morning here. It's raining outside. This is the look from my window. Have a nice day. So I had a complimentary breakfast with my room, and this is the worst breakfast I ever had. Literally none of that tastes good, but what to do? I was hungry. At 10, Ucho came to give me a tour of New York, but first I have to buy a SIM card.
Will you be happy for 66? Yep, I'm very happy. You got it. You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So after buying the SIM card, you may think the first thing I did is to call 911, right? But no, I didn't. After buying the SIM card, we just walked for a few minutes and came in front of a Popeye store and ordered spicy chicken sandwich. Yes, that famous chicken sandwich for which people usually give line. To be honest, as a Bengali who deals with so many spices regularly, this burger didn't even feel spicy. But one thing I can't disagree with is how much oily it is. I won't say it tastes bad, but I think the hype for it is overrated. After finishing the burger, we walked for a few more minutes, and look, I can now use Google Maps because I have a SIM. So we went to the Vessel. If you don't know what this place is, go watch Chainsmokers takeaway video. It's an amazing place, but sadly it was closed that day, so we couldn't walk on the stairs. Next, we entered the New York City subway station. It's just mind-boggling to think that it was built more than a century ago. Also a fact, the deepest station of this subway system is at about 173 feet below the street level. Wow. Before getting on the metro, we had to buy Metro card. Ucho calculated how much balance I needed to roam around the city and told me to load $9. Also, I had to give $1 to get the card, so $10 is all I need to travel around the city. You just can't compare it to any other transportation in the city. Next, we swiped our cards and paid $2.75 each to enter the station. Now, the cool thing is that after entering the station, you can go anywhere in the New York without paying any extra money. But after you get out of the station, you have to pay $2.75 again to re-enter. Just see how deep in the underground we are going. After the metro started, I realized that it is way faster than I expected. At its top speed, it can go up to 55 miles per hour. So next, we got out of the metro and went to the upper floor. There are multiple floors in New York's metro rail system. On the upper floor, we needed to get into another metro to reach our destination. Also, we didn't have to pay anything because we didn't exit the station. After like 10 minutes, our destination came, which is none other than Wall Street. Yes, Wall Street. This place is the most important financial center in the world. In one sentence, this is the place where the world economy gets created and also gets destroyed. This is the New York Stock Exchange building. Previously, people used to come here to buy stocks, but now most of the trading happens electronically and very few people actually come here to buy stocks. This statue's name is Fearless Girl and she is looking at the New York Stock Exchange building. The purpose of this statue is to promote women leadership. Next, we went to the charging booth and people come here to take really weird photos. Anyway, the statue represents the courage and can-do spirit of Americans and New Yorkers in particular. Our next stop is Roosevelt Island, which is Ucho's favorite place in New York. But first, we went to a nearest subway to buy some snacks. Then again, in the underground, got charged $2.75 and entered the metro to head to Roosevelt Island. We had to swap 3 metros to reach there, only to find out it's raining heavily outside. Now what? We had to rain check our plan. Next time, I will definitely visit Roosevelt Island. This will be the first place to visit next time for sure. Okay, do you know why it's raining so heavily? Actually, this rain is the cause of my stay in the New York. Basically, I was forced to stay in New York because there was no flight to my destination, Louisiana. At that time, Hurricane Laura was happening there, so there were no domestic flights available. Without seeing Roosevelt Island, we again paid that $2.75 and went underground to hop on the metro to go back. I just love this nightlife look of the city. Hey, what's up crew? I salute you. Welcome to the coolest YouTube channel of the world. My name is Ina and welcome to INALIFE. So without further ado, let's go and buy some pizza. I just didn't want to eat that complimentary breakfast of the motel, so this pizza pie cost me $8 and this is what I ate the entire day. Without eating and resting, I didn't do much that day. Currently, I'm in New York, so all of the facts of today will be about this city. Random facts! If you ever came to New York City, you have no doubt that you heard a lot of cars honking their horns. However, honking horns in New York is illegal. That's one of the facts about NYC that doesn't seem true, but is. This city is the home of the most billionaires in the world, and there are more than 380,000 millionaires in this city. You may know the famous Central Park, but did you know it can cost more than $289,000 for a 1-year hot dog stand permit in that park? Did you know New York City's Federal Reserve Bank has the largest gold storage in the world? The vault is 80 feet below street level and it contains $90 billion worth of gold. Let's talk about house rental cost in New York. The average rent price is around $3,500 a month. So you must have a good amount of money if you plan to live here, because more than 1.5 million New Yorkers are living in poverty. Over 8 million people live in the city. That means 1 in every 38 people in the US calls this city their home. Also, there's a birth in NYC every 4.4 minutes. In NYC, 4 in 10 households speak a language other than English. In this city, more than 800 languages are spoken daily, making it the most linguistically diverse city in the world. Here, UPS, FedEx, and other commercial delivery companies receive up to 7,000 parking tickets a day. That results in approximately $120 million worth of revenue for this city. In 1886, France gifted the Statue of Liberty to the US for its centennial celebration. The statue was shipped as 350 pieces in 214 crates and took 4 months to assemble at its current location on Ellis Island. Did you know the Empire State Building gets hit by lightning about 23 times per year? Also, it has its own zip code. There are more undergrad and graduate students in New York than the entire population of Boston. More Chinese people live in New York City than any other city outside of Asia. Also, there is a Chinatown in Manhattan. The place I am right now, Times Square, is named after the New York Times. It was originally called Longacre Square until the Times moved here in 1904. My New York trip is going to end soon. It really takes a lifetime to visit this city properly. Tomorrow morning, I'll be heading to Ruston. Bye. So then what? I just slept for a couple of hours and left the room at 5. I have a flight at 8, so I'm checking out now.
You have your key?
Yeah.
Right. You call the cab?
I will call Uber.
Yeah.
Yes, Uber. I used Uber again because one $1,300 scam wasn't enough for me. But this time, I have a US SIM card, and for feeling more secure, I even called my sister. But she or neither my mom knew that I lost $1,300 a few days ago. Look how dark it is. Although I lost a huge chunk of money in the city, I really want to visit it again and again. You can say the magic of New York caught me. Luckily this time in the car, no scam happened and I reached the airport safely. After the trauma, I was very unstable. I just can't thank Utre enough for indirectly stabilizing my mind by showing up and giving me a tour of this city. Thanks buddy, you became my best friend. Next, I hopped on the plane and it landed in Charlotte, which is in North Carolina. Here, I had an hour of layover, and trust me, more than 40 minutes took me to just reach my departure location. There, I had my breakfast from Burger King, and after waiting a bit, I hopped on the plane again. Next destination, Louisiana. After flying 2.5 hours in the air, I landed in Louisiana. And after collecting my bags, I realized one of the trolley bag's wheels is missing. Not a good start. Then I met the nicest peoples in the world. They are the Bengali students of Louisiana Tech University. They came here to pick me up. At that time, because of Hurricane Laura, Louisiana got affected badly. We didn't have electricity, so all Bengali students stayed in one house, which luckily had electricity. We had a little bit of picnic going on at that time. Also, I finally reached out to 911 and told them about the scam and mailed them the video. Then I just forgot about the matter because I didn't want to ruin my future by looking at that past. Also, I got busy because my university started. It's actually hard to settle in a new place with a completely different culture. But those nice peoples helped me as much as they can. They gave me rides, took me to Walmart, and even gave me Bengali meals occasionally. These are YOLO lights. Who uses YOLO lights? These are also yellow lights. I have to change a lot about this room. Because I lost a huge chunk of money, after coming here, I started looking for a job. I did some research and found a unique job as a student videographer at my university. So I submitted my CV and got called out for an interview. I think I did well because I ended up getting that job. Let me give you a tour of my office. I have my own desk, a Mac, and just look at this view. I just love this job. 4 months. It's a long time. In this time, I managed to save enough money from my job to get a decent studio in my room. Also, I upgraded my laptop specs and bought a bicycle for transportation. Also, I started wearing contact lens. By the way, yesterday I got a call from NYPD and they asked for my bank details. And today, well, I got my money back. $1,320. Wow, that means my JFK airport to Times Square trip was actually free. But that's not important right now. What's important right now is the snow. Yup, it started to snow in the city after 3 years. And this is the first time I'm experiencing snow. So me and my roommate got out and had a snowball fight.
Are you? No.
Then we started to make a mini snowman. By the way, you guys will know about my roommates in the next video.
Can you spin it one more time?
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. Yeah. They made a pretty big snowman. It's the size of mine. Oh.
I just love this city. So beautiful and peaceful.
There's no one here, so I can mask off. Sorry for making this video so long, so I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
What? You're going without subscribing to me? I'm in the snow with this clothes still? That's sad. You know what? I like numbers, so what are you waiting for? Just do subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay happy.